Hour number 2 on this Buffalo Victory Monday. Chris Brown, Steve Tasker with you, and joining us after a Bills victory, as she does every Monday, is team reporter Maddy Glab for the Maddy Awards, which are presented by Energy Mart, the official energy supplier to the Buffalo Bills. Third week in a row here, Maddy.
Let's keep it going. December football has been kind to the Buffalo Bills for several years now, and the Bills just keep it going with their play in the cold weather.
And in the second half.
And in the second half. Best team in the NFL.
Yeah,
you don't want to see the Bills in the second half, okay?
Yeah, right. Maddie had to leave the room when we were watching it
No,
yesterday.
I
thought
no.
she left because I was like losing my mind, screaming at the TV.
I can only imagine the
and
swears
when
and
I come,
foul language
when the Bills
that was
finally
being
climb
uttered.
back into it, when the Bills finally climb back into it as a game and we all that.
Did Maddie come back and say, is everything?
No, I came to and realized, where'd Maddie go?
Yeah.
I scared her
Maddie
out of the
probably
office.
came back in and said, are you okay?
I scared her out of the office.
What happened?
No, and so I came in. I said, Maddie, and she goes, no, it was just me. I had to go ready to get on the air.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I didn't realize that she left at the normal time.
Steve
she
thought
always
it was him.
I'm talking to Steve, but he's not
I
listening
was-
to what I'm saying.
Oh,
because
I experienced
he's in a
that more than
trance
you
in
know.
the game.
I was in an incoherent daze thinking about that game.
That does happen from time to time. Let me just say.
I came in this morning and apologized to her. I thought and she's like, what are you talking about?
No, we are kosher.
All right, so
man.
paint the picture, Maddie.
Okay, painting the picture. Fourth quarter, at the start of the fourth quarter for away games, I always go and fix my hair and my makeup so I can watch the rest of the fourth quarter and get ready for the show.
Yeah, the post-game show.
I got to make sure I'm looking okay to go on air.
Okay.
I don't need to look disheveled from watching this game that the Bills just came alive in the second half. So I go do that. I'm like, Tasker, I'm going to go fix my hair and makeup. I'll be back.
And she starts writing the script for the Bills tonight, the whole thing.
So I'm back, and then with like 2 minutes to go, I tell Tasker, I'm like, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go into the studio to make sure I'm good to go for the show. But I didn't get any verbal cues from Tasker, like, okay.
He probably didn't even hear you.
Yeah.
He probably did not even hear you.
He was
The ears turn
in a
off when he
daze.
focuses on something. And my wife will tell you I do that too, and I do.
My husband
But I don't know if
does
I do
that.
it to this
I
degree.
literally came to and I was like, oh, where's Maddie? and it felt like she was gone for like 45 minutes.
No.
It wasn't. It was normal. But because of the game and all that, I felt like, man, I scared. Oh my gosh,
Steve
I scared
lost
her
all
out
concept
of
of
here. I scared her
space
out of the
and
room.
time.
I blamed myself first. So I was like, oh my gosh.
He was the negative Nancy.
So-
I was the positive Polly all game.
We didn't. I didn't say anything last night or anything. I said, and she goes, no, you're all right. And I came in this morning. I felt like, are you sure? I mean, she goes, no, it's normal.
Well, I mean, there are times where I've been told when you're sitting in the third row behind me with Maddie at the home games that sometimes you get a little boisterous and potty-mouthed. Let's just say when the refs
potty mouth.
when the refs do stuff that they shouldn't.
Murph
do.
never says anything. He's right next to me.
Okay.
But man,
Do
oh
you
man,
ever
well,
hear
you
us
can
on the back
imagine.
bench?
You
I
can
can't hear you
imagine.
because I have
I'm
my
glad.
headphones
Listen,
on.
I'm
you
glad.
can imagine the state your boy was in yesterday.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 21-0. Yeah.
I needed to go
I can
outside
only-
and get some
I can
snow
only
and throw
imagine.
some snowballs at him.
Oh my gosh, I was
Wake
I
up!
was beside myself. All right, okay.
All right. Well, let's
so
begin
glad,
the Maddy
Thank you,
Awards.
Maddie. I'm glad that it wasn't
See,
me.
everything was fine. You were
It
worried for
was.
no reason.
I was worried.
The Maddy Awards begin with the Undertaker Award.
The Undertaker, just like the Undertaker from WWE, famously rose from the casket. Josh Allen did so against the Patriots, bringing Buffalo's offense back to life with a 21-point comeback after they were down by 21 points to start the game. Allen was stoic. He believed in his team, meticulously took what the defense gave him, extended drives with important conversions on late downs, and orchestrated 5 straight touchdown drives to give Buffalo the lead. With Allen, there is always a chance.
Yeah, not to take anything away from Buffalo's exploits on offense, but I was saying for this game, like earlier in the week, I was saying the Bills' offense just has to get to the red zone.
Yeah.
Just get to the red zone, and you're going to score because people love to talk about the flaws of the Buffalo Bills, and they have flaws. I don't think there's any secret about that. I think any of us would admit this team isn't perfect. They have flaws. There are holes to the 3 phases of their game in various areas. there's flaws in the Patriots too, and one of them is they have the worst red zone defense in football, and we saw it because the only time the Bills did not score in the red zone was when they were taking a knee at the end of the game. They were 5 for 5 before that.
Yep.
Right, and 5 for 5. That's the way it was.
And oh, by the way, the Patriots are like 25th in the league in red zone offense.
Yeah.
So they're a flawed team going into the postseason too. Not for nothing.
Good for them. Yeah. So now the next one is a nice one.
The baby bump.
The baby bump.
Baby bump. It's going to Bills tight end Dawson Knox. When the Bills players have babies, you get a bump on offense or defense. Knox had a baby on Wednesday and scored 2 touchdowns on Sunday. He was a reliable target for Josh Allen. 2 TDs against the Patriots. Now 2 weeks in a row where Knox has had the hot hand. Tight ends are a mismatch for opposing defenses. And in the last couple weeks, the tight ends have really shown up for Allen and Buffalo's offense.
Yeah, it is now the last 2 weeks. I think I have this right if I can do some live math, although it does prove challenging. 19 receptions, 217 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Holy moly, that 5 touchdowns
That's
stats
the
is
last
crazy.
2 weeks.
Yeah, the tight ends,
Because they had 3 touchdowns last week,
Yeah,
2
2.
this week. So, whew, hello.
Yeah.
And it's real.
Keep
And we were
feeding
talking
them.
about it last hour, Maddie. It has really diversified the passing game in such a way where
Yep.
I think for opposing defenses, their whole philosophy about how are we going to stop the Bills' passing game has completely changed.
Right, and that's been good. That's been key because it's evolved during season. So teams you have to kind of stay current with the Bills. They're a much different offense now than they were on their 4-0 start,
Or
at
than
the
they were
beginning of the
trying to
season.
be at the beginning of the season. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
So it's a change that defenses are going to have to adjust to here down the stretch.
Your next one I really love, Coldblooded.
Linebacker Matt Milano was cold-blooded against the Patriots. He wanted to push some guys around, and he did so. Played like he had nothing to lose. 2 sacks against the Patriots, first career game doing so. Milano is playing fast and physical right now, showing up at the perfect time for an end-of-the-season run into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think we all saw the little hit he gave on Stephon Diggs after the catch when he was on the ground but hadn't been tapped down yet.
Yeah, he didn't just touch him.
Steph didn't like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, nobody cares.
The Clutch Award is next.
There were a couple of clutch plays on defense in this one, and Buffalo's defense needed those clutch plays if they wanted a chance at beating the Patriots. The first one came in the third quarter. Buffalo was down 3, an important drive. 3rd and 25, Drake May fires one deep, and Trey White sticks with the receiver going stride for stride, does a great job of tracking the ball and shifting his body to the sideline to grab the interception.
Yeah, that was Matt Collins.
Making sure he didn't go out of bounds, and the Bills score after that to take their first lead of the game.
Yeah, Matt Collins was beside himself. He thought he got interfered with. Really, it's just 2 guys running shoulder to shoulder, and Trey boxed him out.
Yeah, Trey was playing the ball the entire way. It was in the air. Trey was looking back for the football, so that frees up both those guys, and they just won the battle. It turned into a 49-yard arm punt. Nevertheless, stopped it right away.
Yeah.
They couldn't go for it. They weren't going to go for it.
It's the only turnover in the game.
And then the other big-time play in this game was fourth quarter, less than 2 to play. The Bills have a 4-point lead. It's 4th and 5, a gotta-have-it play for New England if they want a chance. May drops back to pass, and Joey Bosa sees a pass coming. He sticks those monster arms up in the air, tips the pass, and the next drive, Buffalo ends the game.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills' defensive front, when they're playing high-end quarterbacks, and you got to credit the coaching staff for this too, they know when, hey, I'm not going to get there. Let me put my hands up. And getting a big hit on Drake May was less important there than affecting the pass. And Bosa, veteran player, smartly decides, all right, I'm just going to play, like basketball defense here, and I'm not going to let this pass get past me without getting a hand on it. Jordan Phillips last week knew he wasn't going to get to Burrow. He sees Burrow cock the arm, not only puts his hand up, but keeps it there.
Yeah.
And bats that pass, A.J. Epinesa interception. So good job by the defensive front the last couple of weeks.
They're really good at that.
The Answer Award.
The answer is going to Bills running back James Cook. When Buffalo's offense needs something good to happen, feed James Cook. As soon as Buffalo started running the football against the Patriots, everything fell into place. Cook averaged 5 yards a clip against the Patriots. No big plays. It was a grind for him. But you hand him the ball 22 times and you are going to wear out an opposing defense. That's exactly what happened. 3 touchdowns for him on the day. He is elite and such a versatile running back through the air, on the ground. 100 rushing yards, again, becoming just the third Bill in history to have 8 games of at least 100 yards in a season.
And how about the stretch for the goal line on his first rushing
That was
touchdown?
crazy.
I mean, he did almost the same exact thing in the AFC title game last year when he put his right hand on the ground to keep his knees from touching, stretches for the goal line with the other arm. He did the same thing here, except he had 2 hands on the ball and stretches and miraculously keeps his knees off the ground again. He looked like a porpoise or a dolphin out there stretching like that.
The 11-yarder to give the Bills the lead back at 35 points after that drive to go ahead again. Smooth as silk, just no doubt about it. And that was, he has turned
the
into
peekaboo to the fans.
He is absolutely
love it.
Listen, he's playing at an all-pro level at a position that it is hard to play at a pro level.
Yeah, I'll have to check the numbers.
It's an important
because he was still
spot.
trailing Jonathan Taylor last week, second in rushing. I want to see where he's at now. If he gained any ground, I don't know if he surpassed him, because the Colts were in a defensive struggle against the Seahawks yesterday with Phillip Rivers, because what did that game finish? 18-16, I think, was the final score.
I believe so.
With the Seahawks kicking a field goal with like 7 seconds left to eke out a victory. The Thriller Award.
The Bills rocked everybody to sleep with their first half play. The offense was getting to third down so quickly. They just scored 7 points. The defense was allowing the Patriots to control the game, allowed 24 points. In the second half, they shocked everybody awake with their thriller adjustments. The offense marches down the field doing their thriller. They got into the red zone easily and often with 5 straight scoring drives, and the defense got mad, started to play tough, just allowing 7 points in the second half. The Bills, they're the best team in the league in the second half. If I'm an opponent, I don't want to see them in the second half. I just don't.
Right. Yeah, that was because it looked awful in the first half all the way till the gun sounded. They gave up a drive to give them another 3 points right before half on a quick 2-minute drive that the Patriots put together, got into field goal range and got to 24-7. So it looked like they had no answers, and yet they came out at a halftime and shut them down. It was an absolutely outstanding job.
Yeah.
Their point differential, you mentioned it in the postgame show in the second half, is fat number.
Yeah, it's 116 now. The Bills are plus 116 in the second half. For the last 3 weeks, they've led the league in second half point margin, and they've only added to it each of the last 2 weeks, because I think they were a plus 13 in the second half against Cincinnati last week, and they were a plus 21 this week against the Patriots. And here's the delicious stuff. The Patriots allowed a season-high 35 points. The previous high was 27, I think, to Pittsburgh in Week 3, which was their last loss. And then Drake May had his lowest passer rating of the season, 62.8.
Yeah.
Yum, yum.
Give me some.
He still completed 60% of his passes. And he was in the conversation for the MVP going into that game.
You think he still is?
Let me just say this.
He'll still be in the running, but
Our quarterback's better.
Joshua Patrick
Our
Allen.
quarterback is better. He can have that guy may be having an MVP caliber season, but our guy is better.
the Hats Off Award.
The Bills have done something only 5 other NFL teams have done. That's win at least 10 games in 7 straight seasons. That's because of the winning culture that Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane, and Josh Allen have put in place in Buffalo. It's because of drafting the right players, developing them, and hitting on a quarterback. Josh Allen, a lot of people had so many doubts on him, didn't want to take a chance on a guy who was unrefined. But what Buffalo has done for their quarterback, putting the right players around him, making sure he develops into the best version of himself, it's earned them the AFC East title for 5 straight seasons and 7 straight seasons of at least 10 wins. It's really tough to win in the NFL, and the Bills have consistently found a way to do so.
Yeah, and look, I know the odds are very, 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 very good for the Bills to get to the postseason, so I don't want to count the chickens yet, but if the Bills get to the playoffs, they will be the only team to have done it each of the last 7 seasons, because it was down to the Bills and the Chiefs as the only 2 teams to make the playoffs each of the last 6 seasons. We know the Chiefs are now eliminated. So as soon as the Bills punch their ticket to the postseason, they will be the only team to have made the playoffs each of the last 7 years.
Good.
And they win a playoff game every year, one of those years as well.
Yes, with the exception of 2019.
Yeah.
Right. That. It's a great culture they've created here, and you forget now. I mean, it used to be. Josh was so polarizing when they drafted him. He's never going to be good. He's going to be raw. He's going to be kind of like what we think like an Anthony Richardson has been. That's what he's going to be. He's going to be a guy who can't play, great athlete, all of that stuff. Those people don't exist anymore. Now it's like, I just don't like the Bills. That's the only way you can not like. I just don't like the Bills, so I hate Josh Allen. That's the only leg you've got to stand on when you watch him play.
Final award, the momentum shifter.
Momentum shifter. It's going to Ray Davis. The Bills are going up against the best return team in the NFL, best team on special teams in the NFL. And Ray Davis says, hold on, I am the best. And Ray Davis gave the Bills a shot of momentum, what they needed for a second half comeback. 58-yard kick return to kick off the second half. Buffalo scores off of that. And Ray Davis averaged 41 yards per return in this game. The Bills have found a really nice home for him as their returner this season.
And it's not just Ray; it's also Chris Tabor and the guys up in front of him. And I know this to be an absolute true phenomenon, and it is a kind of a phenomenon. It's not a tactical thing or anything. When you get a guy back behind the front guys on your kickoff return, when you get a guy back there that all the front guys say, "My guy can take it," they elevate to make that block.
It inspires them.
It inspires them. It is a real thing. It happens on a regular basis in the NFL. When you get a guy back behind you who's catching kicks and the guys up front feel it and think he can go, man, oh man, they get good fast. They start to, start to buy in. Let's go. And it's their way to contribute to a team like this.
And ever since he had the 97-yarder against Houston a few weeks ago, Ray Davis has been the league leader in kick return average, and he's done nothing to slow down since that 97-yarder in the loss at Houston. Awesome stuff. Those are the Maddy Awards, and we're hoping they make it 4 in a row, which would mean we see Maddy again a week from today.